OutDaughtered's Danielle Busby introduces newest family dog. Meet Gus. OutDaughtered fans know that the Busby household is never quiet, never boring, and never short on love. With 6 kids, a busy home, and a life constantly shared with millions of viewers, Adam and Danielle Busby have always embraced the beautiful chaos that comes with raising a large family. But just when fans thought the Busby family couldn't get any cuter, Danielle Busby surprised everyone with a heart-melting announcement that instantly sent social media into a frenzy. With a simple introduction and a joyful smile, Danielle shared the newest addition to the Busby family, and those 2 words alone were enough to steal hearts everywhere. Meet Gus. The moment Danielle introduced Gus, it was clear that this wasn't just about adding a pet. This was about expanding a family that already thrives on love, connection, and shared moments. Gus isn't just a dog joining a household. Gus represents comfort, joy, healing, and a brand new chapter for the Busby family. Fans who have followed OutDaughtered from the very beginning know how much animals have meant to the family in the past, and the arrival of Gus feels deeply meaningful in ways that go beyond wagging tails and puppy cuddles. Danielle Busby has always been open about the emotional ups and downs of family life. Over the years, viewers have watched her navigate motherhood, health challenges, business stress, and the nonstop demands of raising quintuplets while also parenting an older daughter. Through it all, Danielle has remained grounded, honest, and deeply connected to her family. Introducing Gus felt less like an announcement and more like an invitation into a moment of pure happiness, a pause in the busyness of life to celebrate something simple and joyful. For longtime fans of OutDaughtered, the Busby family's love for animals is nothing new. Pets have always held a special place in their hearts, not just as companions, but as members of the family who share in everyday life. Dogs in particular bring a unique energy into a home, especially one filled with children. They offer unconditional love, loyalty, and a calming presence that can be felt even in the loudest moments. Gus entered the Busby household already surrounded by excitement, curiosity, and instant affection. The introduction of Gus was met with overwhelming positivity from fans. Social media quickly filled with comments celebrating the newest furry family member. Many fans shared how much joy a dog has brought into their own homes, especially in times of stress or transition. Others expressed how perfect Gus seemed for the Busby family, fitting right into their lively world as if he had always belonged there. Danielle's words, when introducing Gus, carried warmth and pride. There was a softness in the way she spoke about him, a sense of joy that felt genuine and deeply personal. It was clear that Gus wasn't a spontaneous decision, but a thoughtful addition to the family. Bringing a dog into a home with 6 children requires patience, planning, and a shared commitment, and the Busbys clearly embraced that responsibility with open hearts. For the Busby kids, Gus quickly became more than just a new pet. He became a friend, a playmate, and a source of comfort. Dogs have a remarkable way of connecting with children, understanding emotions without words, and offering companionship that feels safe and unconditional. In a household where emotions can run high and schedules are packed, Gus brings balance. He offers moments of calm, laughter, and connection that can't be manufactured. Each of the Busby girls reacted to Gus in their own unique way. Some were instantly eager to play, while others showed a quieter curiosity, observing and slowly building trust. Watching children bond with a pet is one of life's most heartwarming experiences, and for the Busby family, those early moments with Gus were filled with wonder. Every tail wag, every gentle nudge, every playful chase added another layer of joy to the home. Danielle has often spoken about the importance of teaching her children responsibility, empathy, and kindness. A family dog naturally reinforces those values. Caring for Gus means learning about routines, understanding boundaries, and recognizing the needs of another living being. It's about teaching patience when training takes time and compassion when mistakes happen. Gus isn't just a pet, he's a teacher in his own quiet, loving way. For Adam Busby, Gus also represents something meaningful. As a father, Adam has always been deeply involved in his children's lives, balancing work, family, and the emotional weight of providing stability. Dogs often form strong bonds with their owners, offering companionship that doesn't require explanation or justification. Gus brings another layer of emotional support into the home, not just for the kids but for the adults as well. Life in the public eye isn't always easy, and the Busby family has never pretended otherwise. From health struggles to parenting challenges, they've shared real moments with their audience. Introducing Gus felt like a reminder that joy still finds its way into everyday life, even when things feel overwhelming. Sometimes happiness comes in the form of 4 paws and a wagging tail, quietly reminding everyone to slow down and appreciate the moment. Fans of OutDaughtered often feel deeply connected to the Busby family, and moments like this strengthen that bond. Watching Danielle introduce Gus felt intimate and authentic, as if she were sharing good news with close friends rather than millions of viewers. That authenticity is what has kept audiences invested for so many years. The Busbys don't just share highlights, they share heart. Gus also symbolizes a fresh start in many ways. As the Busby girls continue to grow older, family dynamics naturally shift. Introducing a new pet marks a new phase, one that creates fresh routines and new memories. From morning walks to bedtime cuddles, Gus will be part of countless moments that shape the family's story moving forward. Dogs have a unique way of becoming woven into the fabric of family life. They're present during quiet mornings, loud celebrations, and everything in between. Gus will be there for homework sessions, birthday parties, and lazy afternoons. He'll be there during moments of stress and moments of laughter, offering comfort simply by being present. Danielle's decision to share Gus with fans reflects her understanding of what her audience values. Viewers don't just tune in for entertainment. They tune in for connection. They appreciate seeing real family moments, especially ones that radiate happiness and warmth. Gus instantly became a symbol of that connection, a reminder of the simple joys that unite families everywhere. The name Gus itself feels perfectly suited for the Busby family. It's friendly, approachable, and full of personality. Names carry meaning, and Gus feels like a name chosen with love and intention. It's the kind of name that feels familiar, as if he's been part of the family story all along. As time goes on, fans will undoubtedly see more of Gus woven into the Busby family's daily life. From playful antics to quiet companionship, Gus will continue to bring smiles not just to the Busbys, but to viewers who feel invested in their journey. Every shared moment will add to the sense that Gus truly belongs. Danielle's introduction of Gus wasn't flashy or over the top. It was simple, heartfelt, and genuine, much like the way she approaches motherhood and family life. That simplicity made the moment even more powerful. It reminded everyone that joy doesn't need to be complicated. Sometimes it arrives quietly, wrapped in fur and love. The Busby family's decision to welcome Gus also highlights the importance of balance. Amid busy schedules, work commitments, and the demands of raising 6 children, they still prioritize moments that nurture emotional well-being. A dog brings routine, responsibility, and comfort, all of which contribute to a healthier, happier home. Fans who have followed Danielle's health journey know how much strength and resilience she has shown over the years. Introducing Gus feels like a celebration of healing, growth, and moving forward. It's a reminder that even after difficult seasons, there is room for new beginnings and renewed happiness. Gus's presence also encourages the Busby girls to stay connected to nature and the outdoors. Walks, playtime, and caring for a dog naturally pull kids away from screens and into real-world experiences. These moments foster mindfulness, responsibility, and a deeper appreciation for living creatures. As the Busby family continues to share their lives with viewers, Gus stands as a symbol of unconditional love. Dogs don't judge, don't hold grudges, and don't ask for anything beyond care and affection. That kind of love is powerful, especially in a household as busy and dynamic as the Busbys. Danielle's introduction of Gus resonated because it was relatable. Many families know the joy of bringing a pet into their home and watching how quickly they become part of the family. That shared experience creates an emotional bridge between the Busbys and their audience, strengthening the connection that has made OutDaughtered such a beloved show. In the end, Gus isn't just the newest family dog. He's a reminder of what matters most: love, connection, patience, and joy. He represents the beauty of opening your heart to something new and allowing it to change your life in unexpected ways. As fans continue to follow the Busby family's journey, one thing is certain: Gus is here to stay, and his presence will add even more warmth, laughter, and love to a family that already has so much to give. Meet Gus, the newest Busby, and perhaps the newest reminder that sometimes the simplest additions make the biggest difference. As the days passed, it became increasingly clear that Gus wasn't just adjusting to the Busby household. He was thriving in it. The rhythm of the home, once already busy, now carried an added layer of joy that felt surprisingly grounding. Gus quickly learned the sounds of the house: the laughter, the footsteps, the voices calling his name, and the moments when things slowed down just enough for a quiet cuddle or a gentle pat on the head. Danielle often talked about how quickly Gus seemed to understand the energy of the family. In a home with 6 kids, chaos is inevitable, but Gus adapted with an ease that felt almost instinctual. During the loud, playful moments, he was right there, tail wagging, joining in the excitement. And during the calmer times, when the house finally settled, Gus seemed to know exactly where to curl up, offering silent companionship without needing attention. What stood out most to Danielle was how Gus naturally connected with each child in a different way. Every one of the girls found her own bond with him. Some saw Gus as a playful partner, always ready to run, chase, and laugh. Others treated him like a confidant, whispering secrets, resting their heads against him, or sitting quietly nearby. Gus seemed to accept each role without hesitation, as if he understood that love looks different for everyone. For the Busby girls, growing up in the spotlight hasn't always been easy. While they are surrounded by love and opportunity, they also live in a world where cameras, schedules, and expectations exist. Gus offered something refreshingly simple. He didn't care about attention, filming days, or routines being disrupted. He cared about being present. That presence created a sense of comfort that words couldn't quite capture. Danielle noticed that Gus had an incredible ability to calm the household. On days when stress ran high or when exhaustion settled in, Gus became a source of peace. Sometimes it was as simple as watching him sleep, completely relaxed and trusting. Other times, it was the way he greeted everyone with the same enthusiasm, regardless of how the day had gone. His joy was constant, and that consistency mattered. Adam, too, found himself leaning into the quiet moments with Gus. Fatherhood, work, and the responsibility of supporting a large family can carry a heavy emotional load. Gus became a grounding presence, especially during early mornings or late evenings when the house finally quieted down. There was comfort in the simplicity of those moments, a reminder that not everything needs to be complicated. One of the most touching aspects of Gus joining the family was watching how quickly he became part of everyday routines. Morning schedules now included letting Gus out, feeding him, and making sure he felt included. Bedtime meant one last check-in, one last goodnight. These small acts became meaningful rituals, reinforcing responsibility and care in a natural, unforced way. Danielle has always been intentional about teaching her children empathy. With Gus, those lessons came to life. The girls learned to read his body language, to understand when he needed space, and to recognize when he wanted attention. They learned that love also means respecting boundaries and showing patience. These lessons didn't feel like lessons at all. They felt like shared experiences. As weeks turned into months, Gus's personality began to shine even more. He developed little habits that made him unmistakably part of the family. The way he followed Danielle from room to room. The way he perked up at the sound of the girls laughing. The way he seemed to know when someone needed extra comfort. These small details added depth to his presence, making it impossible to imagine the house without him. Fans continued to respond with overwhelming love. Messages poured in from people who saw their own families reflected in the Busbys' experience with Gus. Many shared stories about how a dog helped their children through difficult times or brought joy into their homes when they needed it most. Gus became more than a pet on a TV show. He became a shared symbol of comfort and connection. Danielle acknowledged how much that support meant to her. She often expressed gratitude for a community that understands the importance of family, honesty, and vulnerability. Sharing Gus wasn't about showing perfection. It was about sharing happiness in its simplest form. And that simplicity resonated deeply. There's something uniquely powerful about the way dogs help families slow down. In a world that constantly demands more, Gus quietly encouraged the Busbys to pause, to notice the little moments, to appreciate being together without needing a reason. Whether it was sitting on the floor during playtime or resting at someone's feet during a busy day, Gus reminded everyone to stay present. The Busby girls, especially, seemed to grow emotionally through their relationship with Gus. They learned that caring for another living being requires consistency. That love isn't just about fun moments, but also about responsibility. These lessons will stay with them long after Gus's puppy days are gone. Danielle reflected on how Gus came into their lives at just the right time. Families go through seasons, and this season felt like one of renewal. After navigating health challenges, emotional stress, and the ongoing demands of parenting, Gus represented something hopeful. A fresh chapter filled with warmth and uncomplicated joy. Adam often mentioned how Gus brought the family closer in unexpected ways. Shared responsibilities became shared moments. Walks turned into conversations. Playtime became bonding time. Gus created opportunities for connection that felt natural and effortless. As the Busby family continues to grow and evolve, Gus remains a steady presence. He doesn't change with trends or schedules. He's simply there. Loyal, loving, and constant. That kind of presence is rare and deeply valuable. Looking ahead, it's easy to imagine Gus being part of countless milestones. School days, celebrations, quiet evenings, and moments of transition. He'll be there, woven into the background of family life, shaping memories in ways that might not always be noticed at first, but will be felt forever. Danielle's introduction of Gus wasn't just an announcement. It was a reflection of what the Busby family values most: love, togetherness, and the courage to open their hearts to something new. In a world that often feels overwhelming, Gus stands as a reminder that joy can be found in the simplest additions. That sometimes, welcoming a new family member doesn't mean changing everything. It means enhancing what's already there. Gus didn't just join the Busby family. He completed it in a way that felt perfectly timed and deeply meaningful. And as fans continue to follow the Busby's journey, one thing is certain. Gus isn't just the newest family dog. He's family. Fully, completely,